What's up, Sagittarius gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards here today. This will be a general love tarot reading, love and relationships, for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Of course, anyone is welcome into this reading. I just ask you come in with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something. If the messages that come through don't resonate, that's okay. Feel free to push them aside. Don't take action on anything that feels strange or foreign, but also be open to the idea that sometimes these messages may make more sense to you in the future, so you may choose to revisit them. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice or guidance. Let's tap into love energies for Sagittarius. I'm seeing like rainbows or something very vibrant and colorful. I don't know if some of you may be dating a Leo or a Gemini, someone who their personality shines if it's not literally in their clothing. I know a lot of Geminis who actually wear black, but Geminis are very much associated with youth, and are very like youthful looking too. I don't know why that's coming through, but someone who, I don't know, is very vibrant in personality or very colorful. Let's see. All right, Sagittarius, what's going on in love? The Queen of Wands. All right, so that's probably you. With your whip, I see you. I see what's up. This makes me think of the Chariot. So you may be traveling. Let's see. To see someone at a distance from you. There's possibly Gemini coming up. You do have the Lovers. I don't mind this card with the Lovers. Oh, okay. I think some of you are orchestrating other couples getting together. You may be trying to set a best friend up with someone or introduce, it could be a sibling or someone in your life. It's like you're playing matchmaker. And again, if you're not now, you might be in the future. And I don't know if it's someone like, I don't know. I almost get the impression that it might be someone you went on a few dates with, but you guys decided to just be friends. And now you're like, oh my God, I have to introduce you to, so-and-so. And I don't know. It's like you're playing matchmaker. Seven of Wands. Let's see. I can't, even though you're single, is that what's going on with the Seven of Wands? So some of you, it's almost like a defense mechanism. Like, I don't, tell me one more thing about the Seven of Wands. I almost get the idea that you haven't burned a bridge by any means, but there might actually be someone good for you, but you're still playing matchmaker to have them be with someone else. Which doesn't totally make sense, but yeah, okay, my phone just went ba-bing. I don't totally understand that, but it doesn't mean that some of you won't understand it for yourselves. What is going on here? The Ten of Pentacles. Are you saving yourself for someone who's already taken? Or yeah, you may be holding out for someone else who's already in a relationship, whether they're married or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Or if you feel like people are approaching you with offers. I think this was similar to your last message that I did last week. If you feel like people are approaching you with flirtation and offers, you may be having to play good defense because you're already involved with someone. So there's a couple storylines coming through here. Can I have one clarifier on each card, please? Okay, thank you. All right, so let's see. What's going on here? Yeah, it's like you're having to block out the voices of others, or you're having to block off offers being made to you because you seem to be defensive, like you don't want them. I don't know if someone's approaching you and you're just not interested, or it could be that an ex is trying to come back into your life and you're just not having it. And it could be that some of you are at peace with someone else. That's what this Lovers card could be too. You've sort of found someone who feels like your soulmate. Yeah, in which case maybe this, especially if you dated a fire sign, Sagittarius, another fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag, or possibly a Gemini, you could sense that person trying to come back in, or flat out they are, but you've decided against them for one reason or another. So then with this Lovers card, someone may be bringing it to the next level. Someone may be proposing marriage, and again, I don't know if I love the Seven of Wands there, but you're capable of it if that's what you want and desire. Okay, my phone's dinging again. That's a good thing. Yeah, I almost think this is encouraging you to, if you're, feeling the vibes with this person and you trust them and you like them and, they're fun and you see them as a good counterpart for you, this may, there may be an offer to bring this to the next level with the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. there could also be a frustration in distance because it's possible someone got a job and at least for the time being, they may have had to, I don't know if you guys actually separated or you're trying long distance, but there seems to be some anxiety regarding a couple travel cards. Let's see. Again, defensive to the Three of Pentacles. There's definitely a little bit of energy that's like intervening. And maybe it's just something you sense. I don't know, but I mean, I'm never going to be a tarot reader who advocates third party, right? I mean, I think you're going to be hard pressed to find someone who's like, it's fine, it was in a different city, it doesn't count. Like, I don't, do what you want, but like, that's not something I would encourage, right? Unless, of course, you're in an open relationship and everybody knows it and cards are on the table. Others of you, there definitely seems to be like a wall that needs to be built up against third-party interference or people trying to come into a happy marriage. And I mean, this could be you too, Sag, right? Feel free to swap the roles, but it's possible, Sag, you have eyes for an Aries who's already engaged or an Aries who's maybe in a marriage that's maybe unhappy, but the thing is, maybe it's not, you just may have connected with someone who's kind of flirty. And it's possible some of you know this is a boundary you don't want to cross, but it's really difficult for you. Okay, excuse me. I think that's the main message coming through here. So I don't know which camp you're in. If you're watching this, though, and you're in a happy marriage or a happy relationship, right? Part of me is like, well, then what else do you need to know? So that's why I'm almost curious if, and there's no judgment here, right? I'm not trying to shame you or scold you. That's not what this is about. This is just about like, okay, so if this is you, Queen of Wands, you do seem to know that there's something not ideal about this scenario of connecting with someone, because you do have the Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles. So unless this is something ascending towards marriage or engagement, this says to me like you're approaching someone who just isn't available. I'm going to wrap it up because I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but what can I tell Sagittarius is who maybe have connected with someone that they're interested in, but at this point in time, this person is taken. They don't really have any cards of divorce here. So let's give Sag some helpful advice or guidance in their dating life. Let's see, the Fool, starting over again. But be optimistic. You have no reason not to be. There could be an Aquarius coming into your life. This could be an Aquarius too, if it's not you. Let's see. Maintain your sort of youthful charisma. That's very, very attractive. So put your best foot forward, put your, raise your vibe, raise your vibration, right? Because that's going to manifest someone new in your life. And I'm just going to be honest too. You guys know this if you're not new to my channel. I don't do fear-based readings, but with this Magician, I think there's almost an element of karma. So again, not to incite fear, but I think it's saying that, if you're actively choosing to engage in a partnership where maybe there's a little bit of lies or deceit or, things being kind of pushed under the carpet, so to say, you can choose to do that, but then what happens when you meet that person and you fall in love and then you find out that they were doing that to you too? I really just think, and I don't necessarily think that's happening to all of you, I think it's just saying kind of very Jupiter message, like the wider picture, the broader scope here, like what are we actually doing? And is it for our best and highest good, let alone the other people involved here? Let's see. Tell me a little about, there is a little bit of trickster energy, and I honestly too, I think I can say it to you guys because you tend to have a good sense of humor about things, right? There's something here about kind of the Magician, the trickster energy, and quite literally the Fool. It's like, quit being a fool. Like, you know what you're doing, right? And I know that's hard to hear because some of you obviously have very deep feelings and affection for this person, but yeah, I don't see there being this miracle, this person does a 180 and they leave that person and they choose you, and I just don't see that happening. Someone in this scenario is quite wealthy. They have a lot of money. They may come from a very wealthy family. Someone may literally ride horses. That just seems so Sagittarius to me too, but that could also be someone else in this scenario. So if no one in this scenario has wealth or money or comes from a good family, maybe this person hasn't come into your life yet, right? So just be open to that as well. Yeah, I think there's a recognition, the dawning of a new day. There's some sort of epiphany that yeah, this cycle is pretty much closing out. So again, rather than sort of being lost in disappointment or the past, I think it's saying move into the future optimistically, right? We maybe learn some difficult lessons here, but that's really simply all they have to be is lessons. They don't have to be things that keep you down and keep you stuck forever. This might involve an Aries as well. I'm seeing something about an Aries here, or a Scorpio. But ultimately, you have the choice to pick yourself back up, dust yourself off and ride on to bigger and better things. Something that's more in alignment with who you are and what you want and what you deserve. Because here's the thing, Sag, I know you're like, but this is what I want and this is what I deserve. Not really. You deserve someone who wants you and just you, right? Ideally in exclusive relationships. And again, not everyone is looking for that, but there is something here about trying to like beat the competition. And so that's what I mean. Like, it's not just this simple, oh, you choose me and I choose you. There's a lot of people showing up first and foremost. But anyway, if any of this is making sense, I would say start fresh. The Fool is like hitting reset, getting yourself back out there, maybe in the dating world, and trying to manifest something new. All right, that's one scenario. Let's talk about another. Let's see. Sagittarius. This deck is new. We'll give it a try. I'm almost tempted to mix it with something else, so we'll see. All right, new message. Let's connect with a new group of Sagittarians looking for love. Sagittarius is curious about love, curious about their person. Let's get like 3 cards. The Hermit. All right, so possibly a Virgo coming in. The Star, so Aquarius. One more. Connecting in larger groups, larger circles. I think this is encouraging you if you have been feeling kind of, quite literally the Hermit, if you've been more isolated or spending a lot of time alone, it's going to be really tricky to find love that way. So it might be kind of encouraging you to go out there and mingle with some people, join some sort of new club or team or sports group or whatever it is. The, Aquarian energy is all about sort of the whole or the people as a collective. So I think it's saying immerse yourself in people, go out and be social. That's going to be your best bet to find someone, which is very obvious advice, but with the Hermit and the Star, that's the main message. It's like you're isolating yourself. You have to be a little bit more outgoing. Which, I mean, I'm only speaking from my narrow perspective of the people I know, but I don't think I've ever met a Sagittarius who can't kind of turn up the dial and be a little bit outgoing. But maybe that's not you, right? Maybe you are very quiet and keep to yourself. Maybe you're a bit of a wallflower, but now's a great time to sort of expand your comfortable limits, expand your horizons, and then go out and mingle with the people, blending something here. Possibly with an Aquarius, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Those are the 3 major arcana coming into your reading right now. So those signs are looking good. Some of you may have had to walk away from a relationship with an Aquarius because it felt unhealthy, or it felt toxic, or it felt binding. I'm sort of getting like a binding contract. It could be that there wasn't enough room for you to feel like you were able to have your independence and have a life where you can pursue what you want to pursue without having to ask your partner's permission, like that kind of stuff. The devil can be very like oppressive and constraining, and lots of rules and structure and authority. And so that may have been an issue for some of you, and it might have been with an Aquarius or a Capricorn or a Virgo, possible. Others of you, if you're completely single and looking, those are the signs that want to be seen. I really do think for most of you, this is just talking about zodiac signs. I love that I use this deck for you guys because I strongly associate purple with Sagittarius. I don't know why, I just do. I'm not sure if that's like an astrology thing that I've just kind of absorbed over the years, or if that's just my own personal thing. Like, I don't know if that's actually a thing in astrology, but something about purple feels very Sagittarius to me. All right, so you have the devil twice. Interesting. All right. So some of you may decide to get into a more serious relationship with an Aquarius. You may sort of ascend it to the next level. You may end up dating an Aquarius who works in law or the legal system. or someone who possibly teaches or works for the government in some way. If you are dating a Virgo or there's a Virgo in your life, this could even be a sibling, by the way. They seem to be really struggling with anxiety. They're having like deep insomnia. It could be, especially if you have an ex or someone you just kind of casually dated that's a Virgo. And maybe you know this, maybe you don't. But I do sense that there's someone who's thinking about you and it's causing them a lot of anxiety. Like a lot of anxiety. And it might be because they think that you're out of reach, like possibly they think you're going to be taken by someone else and they're trying to get you back, or they just miss you, or they're worried about you. That could be a lot of different things. And then the devil. All right, for a lot of you, the devil is just representing sexual passion, especially when it comes out with the strength card. So you have Capricorn, Leo, and possibly some Sagittarius or Pisces energy here with the Wheel of Fortune. These two cards together to me say like hot sex. I'm just going to put it out there. The strength, that's sort of like, taming the inner beast, if you will, right? There's almost this sort of submission, if you will. Like this can be like some kinky sex, Sag, which, get it, girl. I don't care. Good for you, but I don't need to know everything about your personal life. That could definitely be with a Capricorn or a Leo. But here's the thing with the Wheel of Fortune. I actually think it's very positive. I think this is like a healthy sexual dynamic where maybe you're able to ask for what you want and what you need and what you like in ways that maybe previously you weren't able to because you didn't feel comfortable, or maybe at one point in time you were dealing with someone who had body dysmorphia or triggers about their sexuality or something where it almost felt like you had to, what is a good word? Almost like mother them. But then that kind of stripped it of its kind of like raw sexual passion and chemistry. So you seem to be connecting with someone where at minimum it seems to be really good in the bedroom. And this might be with a Libra or an Aquarius as well. Did you hear that? So if you're single and looking, my phone is like, be on the lookout, Libra or an Aquarius. This is an expansion. This is growing. So if this is new and you're just kind of checking in on the energy to see if it's going good places, I really like this energy. I do. And I would say this to any sign. Obviously, you have to have sexual compatibility. But if that's the only thing that you guys are resting on, eventually, there has to be something of substance that's going to keep this going. Now, you do have Capricorn energy here, which is sort of it's a very strong earth sign, right? 10th house, kind of like building things in with history, with legacy. So to me, this is saying you're going to have to put in some work, but if you wanted this relationship to be I'm hearing the word pinnacle. I don't know why, but like a big staying point in your life, it certainly has that potential, especially with the star. That's about wishes and dreams coming true, aligning with your destiny. This could possibly be marriage contracts. I'm just a little bit concerned what this is, but this may not even affect you that much because you may already know about this. This almost feels like a sad ex, like someone who's single and worried. Unless you feel like you're being forced or rushed into some committed relationship, because that's the thing, the devil wants your commitment, even in a positive sense, right? In order to expand this relationship and for it to become all it's meant to be, you have to commit to it. And so maybe that scares you, especially if you have strong Virgo in your chart. If you're a Virgo moon or a Virgo rising, that's possible. Others of you, I think this is just, again, I don't even want to say third party, because in this one, I don't think it's involved. I think it's someone who's just like, it's like you're the one who got away from them, or, and again, this could be someone in your family who's worried about you, because maybe you're at a distance, maybe you don't live with them anymore, or maybe, you know what I mean? We can ask one more thing on that, but I almost want to take your attention away from that, because I don't necessarily think it's helpful. But also, I don't necessarily think it's going to be an issue for you. This person may have strong Cancer in their chart too, or Pisces in their chart. Something about the moon is important here. Hopefully this person isn't doing weird love spells. I don't know. Let's deal with that. The mountains. So something's at a distance. This person feels very isolated from you. Okay, you know what this could also be, Sag? This could be a best friend. And it's not even necessarily that they're in competition for the person that you're interested in, right? Or for you per se. It's just that they don't get to see you as much. And so maybe there's a little bit of jealousy, but I don't necessarily think it's coming in the form of, oh, I'm going to get back at them. I think this person is kind of, I'm going to say it. I'm not trying to place blame on this person, but there's a little bit of like a pity party going on in terms of, oh my gosh, well, Sagittarius has it made and they always get everything they want and their dreams are coming true. And here I am and I'm stuck and I'm isolated and I don't have anyone to date and now I don't have my best friend. And like, you may be dealing with a friend who's being a little bit petty, but the thing is, I guess, especially in Pisces season, I would encourage you to be kind and compassionate, because really what it is this person is hurting inside because they have their own stuff that they're kind of sorting through and dealing with. And you can't, force the healing upon them. You can only sort of be a good friend and a good support system, but ultimately this person needs to be able to pick themselves up at the end of the day and ascend their own mountain, right? Because it's their path, it's their journey. And so if they're comparing their life to you, well, that's just wrong from the very start, right? You can't compare your path and your life and yourself to other people. It's just not healthy, right? Because not everybody's life is going to look the same. So anyway, I feel like you guys needed to hear that almost to understand a little bit more of like a sympathetic perspective of what's going on here, because a lot of you are just like, man, my friend's being really catty. Like, I don't get what's going on. It's because I think you have something big coming in that could be a game changer, and I think they're worried that they're going to lose you. This could also be, especially for same-sex couples, but this could also be a friend who has had feelings for you, but it's remained hidden. Like, they've never expressed it. And so this might be someone that, I don't know if you put them in the friend zone or that's just what it has always been. They may feel like you're slipping from their grip and they never got to like profess their feelings for you. Again, that's not really your problem. Especially if you're like, yeah, I kind of know who that is and the feeling isn't mutual, then, be kind, be compassionate, but ultimately you got to follow your own path. So, all right, Sagittarius, that's what I got for you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.